Hello students, welcome to this online course of Strength of Materials. So in this chapter we have studied the various transformation equation for the stresses. We have seen like how normal stress will vary as we will change the plane, the shear stress. We have calculated the principal stresses and also the maximum shear stresses and the accompanying normal stress on the shear stress plane, maximum shear stress plane. Now whatever we have done till now, we can use another method, that is the graphical method. Up till now whatever we have done, it is called as analytical method, but it can be done by the other various method also. So one of the very important method is the graphical method, and this method was proposed by Mohr. Mohr was a German scientist engineer, and he proposed this graphical method, and the solution of that analysis was a circle, and that circle was named after Mohr only, and it is termed as Mohr's circle. So let us see what is Mohr's circle and how we are going to solve the problems with the help of a circle. So the transformation equations for plane stress can be represented by in a graphical form by a plot known as Mohr's circle. This graphical representation is extremely useful because it enables us to visualize the relationships between the normal and shear stresses. So by the help of this circle, you will get a very clear picture of how the stresses are varying, how the normal and shear stress are varying on various inclined plane. Any plane you can just put the value of, just check that corresponding value of theta, and you will get the state of stress on that particular plane. It also provides a mean for calculating principal stresses, maximum shear stress, and stresses on an inclined plane. So with with the help of single circle, you will be able to calculate all the parameters. Within one circle you will get to see all the parameters are there. So principal stress can also be calculated, the stresses on various planes, maximum shear stress, or any general normal and shear stress on any given plane. Further, Mohr circle is not only valid for stresses. You can draw a Mohr circle for strain also. You can draw a Mohr circle for moment of inertia also. So various other parameters can be plotted on a Mohr circle. So if something it is a circle, it must have some equation. Then only we can say, okay, this is the equation of circle. That is why it is named Mohr circle. So let us try to see what is the equation of that particular circle. So for deriving the circle, we are going to use the transformation equation for normal stress and transformation equation for the shear stress on any given plane theta. So this was the equation we are having. So what we are going to do, we have observed that the sine 2 theta and cos 2 theta terms, here whatever is cos 2 theta, it is here sine 2 theta, okay, and here whatever is sine 2 theta, it is here it is multiplied by the cos 2 theta. So if we are going to square them and add them, sine square theta plus cos square theta will become 1. So that we have observed. And also if we'll see closely, all the parameters are like 2 sine theta cos theta into sigma x minus sigma y by 2 into tau xy. Here it is positive, here it will become negative. So you can see. So this all the things was closely observed by the Mohr, and he came up with this idea. What he does, he had taken all the theta terms in RHS and all the remaining term in the LHS. So you can see here only sigma n minus sigma x plus cos sigma x plus sigma y by 2, and here only tau t is there because both the terms in the LHS are having theta. So after making the terms in RHS and LHS, what he has done, he has squared both the sides. So after squaring, here you can see this is the term coming after squaring, and this is also coming after squaring. So these two terms are going to be cancelled out. So there will be no term regarding cos theta and sin theta. Multiplication is not there, only theta terms is there. And also it is quite interesting, like sine 2 theta, sine square theta here and cos square theta here are having the same amplitude. Here also you can see sine square 2 theta and cos square 2 theta, they are both having tau xy square. So what we are going to do, we will add these equations, so these two quantities will get cancel out, and let us see what is we are having remaining. So this is the right hand side, we have added the terms, and this is the sine, this first term and this is the second term, so these get cancel out, or and here cos square theta sin square theta will become 1, and we have taken the components of various amplitudes of cos square theta and sin square theta, and finally we will be getting this equation. So this is the equation of, this is a equation quite interesting, you can see. And what we can do, we can compare this with the general equation of circle. So if this is a circle, a comma b is the center, coordinate of the center, and r will be the radius of that particular circle. So after analyzing this, you can say sigma x plus sigma y by 2 comma 0 will be the center, and the under root of this equation, whatever is in RHS, is the radius. Okay, so let me just tell you how this circle can be. So if we are having, let us say, some state of stress, okay, so this is any given stress sigma x, this is sigma y, and this is your tau xy. Okay, so what we can do, we can plot the sigma Mohr circle for this given condition. Okay, so how we are going to do that? First, let us say this is your sigma and this is your tau axis. Clear? So this x-axis will become your sigma axis and tau axis will become your shear axis. Next, what we have to see, let us say this is sigma x is greater than sigma y, so we will put the values of sigma x and sigma y respectively. Now what we have to see, the accompanying shear on x plane, like this is your sigma x, what it is doing, it is trying to rotate this element in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and if you will see what the stresses on sigma y plane are doing, so this is your sigma y plane, so they are trying to rotate the element in a clockwise direction. So what we are going to do, we will be taking this anti-clockwise direction as positive and clockwise direction as negative, as we have done in our calculation of the transformation equation. So the accompanying shear on sigma x will become tau and this will become minus tau. Now we are having, you has just join this will become your center, and if it is a diameter of a circle, so a circle will look like something like this. Okay, so let me just draw this in like more clear way so that you will have a better understanding what I am trying to say. So this is your element, this is your sigma x, this is your sigma x, sigma y. Okay, so this is sigma and this is tau. So this was the sigma x, sigma y, tau. You can see now, you can able to decide the direction of tau, whether it will be taken as positive or negative depending upon the rotation of that element by that particular shear. Now we are having this, just join this, and if this is the diameter, then the circle will look like this. It is not looking like a circle, but try to assume it is a circle. Now there are two interesting points here and here. What is the interesting part? These points are totally on the sigma axis. That means there is no shear, and you can see these are the extreme of the circle, and these are nothing but the principal stresses. So this is minor principal stress, and this will become the major principal stress. And if we want to know the direction, like the state of stress at 30 degree, what we are going to do, we will rotate by 60 degree, and you will have all the parameters on the plane 30 degree in the body. So one more very important thing, if theta is the angle in the body, that theta will become 2 theta in our Mohr circle. Okay, why? Because in the 2D body, if you are having this body, okay, and this is, so from 0 to 180, it is 180 degree, and you have completed all the points on the body. Why? Because as we are going to move beyond 180 degree, if this is the plane, this we have already covered. Okay, so but on the circle there are 360 degrees. So what can be the relation here? Only 2 theta. So theta on the body will become 2 theta on the Mohr circle. Now we have compared and we have seen the center and the radius of the circle. So here you can see the Mohr circle as compared to the normal circle. So this is the circle corresponding to x minus a square plus y minus b square is equal to radius square. So this is the center a comma b, this is our radius, and this is the ordinates. X coordinate is a and y coordinate is b for this particular circle. On the same line, we are having an equation of circle in the terms of sigma and tau. So this is tau here, and this is sigma axis. So our center is sigma x plus sigma y by 2 comma 0, which is average shear, and the radius is this quantity, which is the square root of this whatever is in RHS. So if you want to have on this plane, that is 2 theta. So theta in the body can be, let us say, 30 degree. So we have to check on 60 degree on the Mohr circle. So this point, this corresponding sigma will be sigma n, and this corresponding tau will be tau t. And here you can see these are the extreme points, and these are the principal stresses. So these will be the extreme values. So I hope you have some idea of Mohr circle. You will get a better picture when we are going to solve some problems. So in the next class we will see the problems related to Mohr circle, how we can do that. So this is all for today. Thank you.